Hey vinyl community, this is Chris. I've got a video to do. I've been watching several of Johncoltrane68, otherwise known as Chris Cole's videos. He hasn't made he had a gap in his making videos, but he's put out a couple recently. I've been inspired by those, so here are what I'm going to call Gimme approximately 10 albums for Chris Cole or Johncoltrane68, ones that I think he would appreciate. I'm taking a wild guess about that, but starting with Blue Jean Tyranny, The Intermediary. This is on Lovely Music, 1982. The Lovely label seems to have a lot of good artists on there. Robert Ashley, Richard Berman, Jean Tyranny. So put on a little bit of this. I think of Jean Tyranny as a keyboardist, piano player. This is piano and electronics. So another one that might be appreciated, Todd Dockstatter, 8 electronic pieces. This is on the Scholastic label from 1968. I think it was originally issued on Folkways in 1961. So came with a little booklet. Folkways Smithsonian. Oh, Smokeways Scholastic Records. And here's the Scholastic label. So this was a library copy that I got when I was living in Orlando. This one would produce a copyright claim or strike, whichever the lesser of those two offenses is. So I won't play a sample, but it sounds, kind of like early electronic space age music. Another one that I think would fall into this category of appreciated by Chris is Wendy Carlos, Beauty and the Beast. This is on the Audion label from 1986. Here's the label, so let me play a sample of that. And there was the Lovely Music. So this will be Incantation. There's Wendy. Here on this, the graphics for the cover, there's a Texas there for some reason. I don't remember them explaining why. But the cover painting is by W.Y. Weka. So she was also involved with music for Clockwork Orange, Brandenburg Concerto, Electronic Realizations, lots of other stuff. Wendy Carlos, Beauty in the Beast. Switched on Bach. The Audion label. Next up, I'm taking a wild guess. Terry Riley would be appreciated. This is on the Kuckuck label. The digital recording. Songs for the 10 Voices of the Two Prophets. So this was recorded in concert May 10th, 1982 in Munich, Germany. Terry Riley on vocals and Prophet 5 synthesizers. In the US, this was put out on Celestial Harmonies. Sleeve has additional information. Like lyrics. Terry Riley. Songs for the 10 Voices of the Two Prophets. Kuckuck. Let's see. All right, I'm going to put this one on next. William Duckworth, The Time Curve Preludes. This is also on the Lovely Music label. This one's black, whereas the other one was some color. Composer. This is a piano piece. Neely Bruce is the pianist. 1983 on Lovely Music. Also, I think that Chris would appreciate this Annette Peacock album. I will not play it because it's much different in feel than all the other things that I'm showing and sampling. Annette Peacock, live in Paris. This was put out in 1981 from a January 81 concert in Paris, France. So Annette Peacock on the Metronome label. Another one that I won't play because it'll result in some kind of copyright problem. Steve Halpern. And Inga Swan, Star Children, on the Swan Halpern label, 1979. That cover piece is by Inga Swan, called Starfire Universe. There's the label. So, should be a Chris Cole approved album. Another one that I won't play because it'll get this video blocked. Steve Tibbetts, Big Map Idea, 1989 on ECM. Steve Tibbetts, guitarist. He's got some percussion and cello accompaniment here. On that ECM label. Steve Tibbetts. All right, next up is Second Wind for organ. So David Tudor, a keyboardist, playing new pieces for pipes and reeds. So let me put this on. It's on the Odyssey label. There you go. So this is the Gordon Mumma piece. He plays songs by Mauricio Cagle, Christian Wolff, and Gordon Mumma. So this is the Gordon Mumma, which is side 2. For Cybersonic Bandonion, with David Tudor playing the bandonion and Gordon Mumma Cybersonic console. So it's slowly building. 1967. Next up will be Arthur Custer, an American composer born in 1923. So he put out this series of albums on the Serenus label. So this is volume 1, cycle for 9 instruments, 4 ideas for piano with Dwight Peltzer as the pianist, 3 pieces for 6 brass, and a string quartet. Serenus is bad about putting dates, so I'm not sure when this was. I think this might have been in the late 60s, but could be mid-80s, like the other 2. So, volume 2 of the music of Arthur Custer. String quartet, more Dwight Peltzer on piano, and brass quartet. So kind of similar to the volume 1. And then this is the one that Chris particularly might find of interest. Volume 3, Found Objects. So found objects are instruments and tape. All right, so that's very slow build. I'll flip over the David Tudor and see if it's any different. Then we'll put this on. There's the Serenus label. So this is the Maurizio Kegel piece, Improvisations Acuti. David Tudor on organ. All right, now Arthur Custer. Five instruments and tape. All right, while that plays, next up will be this compilation, Transformation of the Piano, a Japanese release on the Denon label. So this is primarily Yugi Takahashi and Aki Takahashi on pianos. And they're doing pieces by, if you can see that, those are the composers. So this is subtitled, or in the series, Music Today of Japan, Volume 4. This is from 1980. There's the Denon label. All right, so let me put that on. Again, these are all supposed to be Chris Cole approved. So this is Pieces for Prepared Piano and Strings. By Toshiro Miyazumi. And several other piano-based pieces. In addition to the two pianists, there's also a string quartet to help them out. All right, next up is Richard Toensing. new music for piano and organ. On the Owl label, 1983. So this is the piano side. Variations for piano. With Peter Takis as the pianist. And I'll flip it over. David Schuler is the organist. (1983). There's Richard Townsend. This is built on a sequence of 12 chords. So he seems to be providing space in there. Now this is the organ side, Sounds and Changes. Starting with Sounds and Changes 3 from 1969. And then finally we have for Chris George Russell, Electronic Sonata for Sounds Loved by Nature. Oh, sorry. Electronic Sonata for Souls Loved by Nature on Flying Dutchman. This is from 1971. There's the Flying Dutchman label. This might be a white label promo, even though it does not indicate that. Just white labels. But I think the standard labels are not white. In this gatefold here. So this is a sextet. Jan Garbarek on tenor sax, Manfred Schoof on trumpet, Terry Ripdahl on guitar, John Christensen drums, George Russell piano, and Red Mitchell on bass. All right, so I'm going to put that on to close this out. So that was Richard Townsend. Now George Russell, Electronic Sonata for Souls Loved by Nature. And that'll take us home. So this was Gimme approximately 10 albums for Chris Cole of the Johncoltrane68 channel. So ones that he might approve of. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.